Good day, everyone. In the news now, I have something very interesting that I want to discuss with you with regards to a person that has registered a new political party and has taken hands with, which I couldn't believe initially, Musi Maimani, to actually form an alliance of some sorts, and I'm still trying to figure this out. And yesterday, this person made a video on Facebook where they say that they've had enough of the farm murders and that they declared that they will be the future president of South Africa. Now, I found this extremely interesting in all my training in my years at Coburg, looking at body language and things like that. I have interesting thoughts around the mental situation with regards to the state this person was in when he made this 15-minute video and stated that he is the future president of South Africa. And I'm going to go through an article in IOL. It was covered in many other media outlets. There was an SABC briefing, and the headline in IOL reads, Maimani and former MK agent De Beer, this is Neil De Beer, join forces in United Independent Movement, or the UIM. Cape Town, in a surprise move, former DA leader Musi Maimani will join business mogul and former ANC National Security Advisor Neil De Beer in his newly established United Independent Movement, or the UIM. De Beer yesterday announced his resignation from the ANC after more than 30 years of membership. A former ANC National Security Advisor to Nelson Mandela and Mkhonto Sizwe intelligence agent, De Beer was most recently Special Advisor to the Deputy Minister of Defence and Military Veterans. Having lost faith in the ANC, De Beer has created the UIM, a civil society movement aimed to educate South Africans about their power and fundamental rights, to uplift their communities and elect independent candidates to public office, which means that he is trying to ride on the coattails of the hashtag direct elections campaign that I've started. And when people see that something is working and gaining momentum, they will usually jump in, and you will get all the radicals jumping in first. This is normally what I experience, and I've listened to many of them over the last 3 months. This follows a Constitutional Court judgment in June this year, which ordered Parliament to amend electoral laws to allow for independent individuals to stand for election to Parliament. Now, this is not the only thing I support. I support the President, Premiers and Mayors of South Africa being elected directly. If you hear some noises in the background, it's a beautiful African grey female parrot at the guest house where I'm staying at the Copper Pot in Port Elizabeth. So you might get some interesting noises as we go along. One South Africa, which Maimani leads, has committed to a symbiotic working partnership with the UIM. Now, I wonder where this working partnership is currently after the Facebook outburst that Neil De Beer had yesterday, and where he declared that he will re-establish the commando units, and then immediately said not the commando units but something else. Very interesting Facebook message that he delivered indeed. And I quote here, our message today in launching the UIM is to understand that this country itself needs you. It is time for a new dawn and time for a new hope. A home where race is recognized but not weakened, a home where a religion is respected, not frowned upon, a home where gender-based violence is unacceptable, and a home where justice must be for all. Myself and Musi Maimani of OSA have agreed fundamentally, undisputedly, that the power of the people lies within its vote. Close quote, said De Beer. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that meant. It sounds very political to me. And then it carries on to say, Maimani said they wanted to create a direct relationship between voters and members of parliament, which means that what they're interested in here is to have direct elections for MPs in parliament. Now, people, this is not going to solve the country's problems. The Concord judgment isn't going to solve the country's problems. We need an entire new governance system. Now, the fact that Neil de Beer declared himself the future state president of South Africa in that Facebook message makes clear what his aims are, and he could do this under a new system as an independent. He doesn't need to register a party to do that. So I'm still not sure why he actually registered a party if he's not willing to change the entire system. And nothing in this article speaks about that. And I'll quote again: every adult citizen has a right to stand for public office, not only as member of a political party, because we get political parties who claim to be representing us, but they represent the interests of their political party. Close quote, he said. Now, that's all good and well to say that, but he just registered a political party. And so this is a bit confusing. But the most confusing thing was his Facebook declaration that he has had enough. Enough is enough. I've seen so many of these videos now, these enough is enough videos, and saying that he's now going to start, the commando should have never been stopped, and the commando should restart. This person actually defected from the South African police to Mkhonto we Sizwe as an intelligence agent. And then he was an ANC member for about 30 years, and he managed to get into many government businesses. You know, when you work for the ANC or support the ANC, you will do well in life, and the ruling party will look after you, all of the interests. This is how the party system works, and this is why we need to remove the party system. But what I find interesting is the fact that Mmusi Maimane will be so desperate that he'll appear in a press conference with Terrell Lekota, then he'll appear in a press conference with Neil de Beer. It's almost like he's trying to be relevant everywhere, but he's not quite sure what to do. And the very next day, the person he sat in a press conference with comes up and says that he will be the future state president of South Africa. I'm not sure how Mmusi feels about that. He must feel like a real tit for actually sitting with him in that press briefing. And I don't know what symbiotic means at the moment, Mmusi, but I feel sorry for you. I think you've made a fool of yourself, as well as this person in his declaration. I mean, for anyone to be that emphatic, to say that they will be the future president of South Africa, there's a bit of psychosis involved. And I actually feel sorry for these people. They need mental help. What they need to do is get busy on the ground and speak to people about their beliefs instead of promoting themselves in this way. Because, we'll see how the public responds to this, you know. And at the end of the day, there will be many people like this cropping up. This is the first person that I know of that have declared themselves the future president of South Africa. If there's any others, please let me know. Send me a message. Send me a message on WhatsApp. I would like to do stories on these people that declare themselves future presidents of South Africa. And I would love to hear what Mmusi Maimane has to say about this. And things are going to get interesting on the political front. From the moment the hashtag direct election started, things got interesting on the political front all over the world. We've had Herman Mashaba and Mmusi Maimane use the hashtag direct elections. And, you know, it's a way for them to get into parliament as individuals, and you'll get many hangers-on jumping on the bandwagon trying to cash in. And it's going to be interesting to test them against their New World Order policies. You know, what do you believe in? Do you believe in individual liberty? Do you believe that the greater good of mankind will never trump individual liberty? And if you don't, you're my enemy. It's as simple as that. You know, I have very simple values, and I will stick to those values. And when people throw away their values, like some of these ex-political leaders are, and these new political leaders that are coming onto the political front, the way that they do things, the way they use Facebook, which is not a good place to use if you want to be taken seriously. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out, and fascinating. I'm not going to give people like this my platform for a live interview. It would be absolutely an insult to all my followers. So that's why I'm just doing a video on this and giving you my 2 cents worth. I hope you've enjoyed it. I Would like you to subscribe to the channel. If you have not already, please click the subscribe button and then click the bell icon to get notifications for future videos. I once again want to thank the Copperpot guest house that has given us accommodation here for this time period, and I will still do a video on the venue. It's a wonderful venue where you can actually come and just have a bit of a break if you want. And we're moving on Monday. We're moving on to Grahamstown. We will be having a meeting, then on to East London, and then Port Shepstone. But I want to thank all the people that came to the PE meeting yesterday. It was a wonderful meeting. It was long, I know, but you stayed there, you listened, and many of you support what we're doing, and I really want to thank those that were just willing to come out and listen. And you can do with the information what you want. My wife was born here in Port Elizabeth, so this place obviously has a special place in our heart. And all the people that came out yesterday and the people that organized, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And we're going to be in KwaZulu-Natal soon for an extended period of time. People, we're still going to need your support to get there, to get the tour done up until the end of November. Thank you very much to all of those that have supported. The account details, the Double A Days account details are at the bottom of every video. So I really want to thank those that have given their 20 Rand or 50 Rands or even more to help this tour. We desperately needed to actually get the tour done, and you have come to the party and helped the country. So I really look forward to being in KwaZulu-Natal and then visiting the other provinces. I actually spoke to the person that provided our base up in Gauteng, because we will be back there in the near future, and I look forward to that and want to thank him again for his support. Thank you very much. Till the next video.